Good evening, good afternoon. My name is Grace Nzula. You are tuned in to Get It Right with Atara Solutions. It's a webinar series that seeks to demystify issues in employment and entrepreneurship. We do this every Tuesday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. And we discuss quite a number of topics, things, everything that affects employers and everything that affects employees. And we look forward to every Tuesday from 8 p.m. If you're joining us for the first time, make it a date to be here every Tuesday. And you get to polish your skills and you get to learn how to do things differently and also just increasing your knowledge for your career development and also development as a person. So every Tuesday, so we started Get It Right in 2020. We are currently on season 4, and we want to say thank you. In fact, Kevin, we should probably project our thank you message from Saturday. We had an amazing event last Saturday. Thank you to your support. In fact, I was thinking to myself, my God, most of my friends, the ones that are normally a must come, were not there, but for some of them sent apologies, but we still had a house full. So we want to appreciate anyone who is on the call who managed to join us in Sagana. It was really, really, really amazing on Saturday. We had quite a good time and a beautiful place, probably more beautiful than Frank's background. Frank, we can only see your face halfway. You may need to adjust your seat a bit so that you can come up on the screen.
Yes.
So for this, we do, Kevin, you can continue sharing screen. So Get It Right with the Tara Solutions is in partnership with a number of organizations. We have Stallion Construction Company Limited. Stallion Construction is a construction company. And if you're looking to renovate your office, if you're looking to build your home, if you're looking to also build or rather make changes around your home, you can contact Stallion Construction. They'll be able to even guide you on a few other things and give you advisory services. We have pathway service solutions. Kevin, share screen. We have pathway service solution. Yani leo kunaenda aje? Oh my God. We have Pathway Solution Services. Pathway Solution Services is headed by our speaker for the day, Mr. Frank Wambari. They offer training and human resource and other consultancies. And for entrepreneurs, they do coaching, they do for staff and both for executives and also for entrepreneurship. And they have been offering you guys a free trainings on the LMS. LMS is Learning Management System. So every Tuesday we have offers to you guys. By the way, you need to take advantage. All you need to do is write to myself and to Frank and let us know why you deserve to be sponsored for these sessions. And then we will allow you to actually get sponsored 100%. And the beauty is he actually offers certificates. So please take advantage of this offer because it's for you. And then we have Panessa Training Institute. Panessa Training Institute is a carpentry training college. If you're here, you like working with your hands. If you're here and you know somebody who would love, enjoy working with wood, even for yourself, we have weekday classes and we have Saturday classes. And we are quite flexible for you so that we can be able to accommodate. We have Suluhu Mediation Center. If you wish to become a certified professional mediator, please do your certification with Suluhu Mediation Center. They are really, really good and they have weekday classes, they have virtual classes, they have LMS sessions, they have Saturday classes, and they also have physical classes. So get in touch with Mediation Center for all your mediation services. We have Profiles International. Profiles International are the people. If you're looking to become a Geno certified emotional intelligence coach, then you need to get in touch with Profiles International. If you also wish to become to do your DISC assessment, to know your personality, then you do that with Profiles International. We have Kapula Mintito. Kapula Mintito are specialists of coastal snacks. If you're looking for the tastiest mabuyus, or if you're looking for Simos gel, if you're looking for madafu, those coastal snacks, then you can check out Kapula Mintito. And of course, we have El Samea. El Samea is a hotel located in Naivasha. This place is so beautiful in a serene environment. I love the view of the lake and I love how quiet it is. And I love their food. And you can just pop in. They have a museum. So if you just don't want to go spend the night, you can just do a day trip. You go to the museum, go watch the video about Elsa, and enjoy the serenity. If you want to be alone, you can go there. If you want to go as a couple, you can go there. If you want to go as a group, you can go there. And actually, the warthogs are always feeding around. At night, you can get the hippos coming to the compound. It's such a beautiful place. And then we have Steadfast Quality Solutions. Steadfast Quality Solutions are PR, public relations, and human resource consultants in Kampala. We appreciate you, Herbert Zaker. Thank you for your partnership. Thank you for opening doors for Uganda for us. And we are really, really honored and privileged to call you one of us. So I appreciate you personally, Herbert Zaker, because you are a game changer. Thank you so much for allowing us in your networks as well. So at this point in time, I don't know whether we have anything else. Kevin, do we? Okay. So, yeah. So thank you very much to those of you who managed to join us for our road trip edition. Last Saturday was lit. For those of you who contributed for the charity, they were actually delivered yesterday. If you looked in the groups, I shared the delivery by the women rep. We delivered the boxes to the women rep in Muranga, some of them. Others were given to GN Networks in Muranga as well to support the needy in the community. And yes, yesterday they sent me photos to show that they actually delivered. And today we had a conversation with my Honorable Betty Minor, who also said that they were able to actually get the goodies to the students, and they were so thankful to you. So if you were part of that conversation, thank you. We cannot say thank you enough. And of course, we want to recognize our partners. We have L'Oreal, or rather Nokras Riverine. Nokras, thank you for opening your hotel for us. We have L'Oreal, oh my God, we have some quality hair products, you have no idea. And of course, Labor Planet, guys, if you're looking for people you can outsource your HR to, for those of you who want to outsource the HR, labor, the labor outsourcing, they do labor outsourcing. That is Labor Planet. We have CPF Kenya. CPF Kenya are into pension management on all your financial. In fact, they told us that if you're looking for just advice on pension, they will be there for you. We have Essence Park. Deal with health and safety. If you're looking for trainers in health and safety, or if you're looking for support in waste management, they do that. We have Nestle Kenya for the best coffee and hot chocolate in town. We have the construction company. They call themselves Trident Estate. They have a new estate in Langata. If you're looking for a home, then you need to visit Trident Estate. We have IHRM. It is HR month, and you're welcome to the HR celebration in for Nairobi chapter on Friday at KICC. Please look at your emails or check WhatsApp groups for registration and come. It's free. It's a free forum. Come and network. Come and learn more. Come and get to celebrate the HR professionals in this country. Then we have Soilex ProSolve for all your cleaning solutions. And then we have WeClean. WeClean is a carpet cleaning company. If you want to clean your carpet in this cold, they'll be able to do that within 6 minutes. They do 24-hour delivery. So you don't have to stay with a dirty carpet in your place. So allow me to allow Kevin to introduce himself, and also so that we can get on to the business of the day.
Thank you so much, Grace, for the introduction and at least opening up the session. My name is Kevin Adipo, and I am part of the team of Atara Solution. Every Tuesday, I'm here to co-host Grace in Get It Right with Atara Solution. On to the business of the day, allow me to introduce Sir Frank Wambari. Mr. Frank Wambari has been he is the one behind the giveaway trainings that we have been giving every Tuesday. I know I cannot actually have enough of introduction, or rather enough words to introduce Mr. Frank, but rather I would give him the opportunity to just give us a brief on what he does and guide us on to the business of the day. Mr. Frank, karibu.
Asante. Nashukuru kwa nafasi hii ambao mmenipatia na niweze wa mwalimu wenu katika nafasi hii. I don't know much Swahili. I've lost Swahili now. Because of the Tanzanian and Ugandans and everyone in East Africa and Africa and other parts of the world, I take this opportunity to thank Grace and Kevin and Atara Solutions team for giving me this opportunity that I can be able to share my knowledge, my experience and expertise. Basically, I do so many things. I recently qualified as a CHRP MP advanced, and basically I am a certified business coach. I'm a master transformation coach. I'm a master life coach, and I hold many other certifications, 20 plus, and I give God all the glory. And I also have postgraduate in HRM as well. I do this type of work that I'm doing, training and coaching people with a lot of passion. And that's why I set Pathway Solution Services to be able to reach many people and to change people's lives, just like the way Grace does. And despite that, I share my time between the company and employment work as well. I really like the way I do things, and I really like when I touch people in one way or another. So I'm a master coach, I'm a life coach, and business coach, and also a mentor. So in future, if you would like to look for my services, you can go to my website. This evening, we are talking about whether business plan is something that entrepreneurs should focus on or not. But before we go to that, we need to understand who is an entrepreneur. And thank Grace and Kevin, because they have brought some people in the past who have spoken about entrepreneurship. And Grace has alluded in the past about many businesses they close within 1 year, 3 years, others 5 years, and others they do not see the 10th year. So an entrepreneur is a person that takes the risk, because that person is going to invest his or her money thinking that he's gonna make wealth, or he gonna be able to improve his life and make wealth or her life and all that kind of thing. But sometimes things don't go the way they should be. 20 years ago, when I was living in Kenya, I read a book which says that even the best plan, they can usually go wrong. So a plan can help to salvage your business and can make you succeed. But at the same time, if the plan is not watertight and well supported, you remember what George Washiori said, that if you do not have a mentor or a coach to support your business, then chances are you are likely to fail. And Grace has alluded to this in the past about the mentor. So we'll be looking to understand who requires the business plan, and whether an entrepreneur person or the person who goes to start his own business, whether he needs a business plan. Is it really important? And what is the purpose of the business? Is it critically relevant in 21st century? What is the content of the business plan? And what is the business plan to the entrepreneur and the founder? Those are some of the aims and objectives we'll be looking to discuss. And basically, I'll be highlighting some business planning basics, and you'll be able to see the key components or the content of the business plan. Things like industry, the company, the market plan, the market research that you need to do, promotions and all that kind of thing. And also we shall look about the financial plan and management team, and the team that you can put in place for you to be able to succeed. Our goal tonight will be looking about this business plan, how to prepare a good business plan, with the objective to learn the lessons on how we can develop a good business plan, and to understand what makes a business plan look good, and even formatting your business plan. We also have a case scenario, and this case scenario is a real story, which happened 3 months ago for one of my good friend here in UK, but I've converted the figures into Kenya shillings for better of understanding, and we'll see how we can prepare ourselves for success. As you can see in that picture, if you have to have a business plan, you need to sit down with your team. But if you can, sit down with your advisor, a consultant advisor, or a mentor or a coach to help you develop an elaborate business plan. Because if you do not do it properly, things are likely to be that you're going to leave some important information and you are likely to lose a lot of money in your business. Somebody said, if you don't know where you are going, it doesn't matter which road you take. And another person said, if you do not have a plan, then you are planning to fail. And that's what happens with the people who start the business, thinking they're going to make a lot of money, but they don't start with a plan. They don't document the plan. The plan they have, it is in their head, but they're not writing it down and doing the litmus test for the business. So I would like you, Grace will put a survey, and I would like you to kindly answer those 5 questions and let me know the feedback. You know, the first question being that, are you contemplating to go to business? You know, let me know. If you are owning business and you have been learning business, let me know. It's either yes or no. Have you been running business for the 12 months? Yes or no? Have you been running a business for more than 3 years or more? Again, let me know. And then finally, what is your greatest challenge are you facing currently as an entrepreneur or as a business owner? So those are the 5 questions that I would like you to answer. And Grace is putting the survey. So as you are continuing with the survey, I'll continue talking. The business environment that many entrepreneurs they find themselves in is a bit tricky and very, very challenging. Let me give you a kind of a context. Before the current government came in power, the pound was changing to a shilling at a rate of 143 for 1 pound. That means that if a tourist or a Kenyan living in UK coming to Kenya would have gained 143 shillings. As we are speaking now, by yesterday, the shilling was a pound was 1 pound was 179. That means if I came there, I would have earned 179. So if you calculate from rising from 140 to 179, you can see how much the shilling has lost value. But there are some people who have gained, like as the diaspora coming to visit Kenya, or when we invest in Kenya. For now, this is what the Kenyans wanasemanga, kahawa imeifa, chai imeifa, because our currency is more stronger than the shilling. But somebody else who is there, who is investing on business, then the currency is not strong, and at the same time, the inflation is high, and they are finding themselves that they are spending more money in trying to achieve what they were achieving before when the shilling was strong. What am I trying to say? That if you do not have the contingency plan in place or a survival plan in business, sometimes you can find yourself regretting why you went into business. And I'll give an example with myself. I work employed job, and at the same time, I run my business on the side, as long as there's no conflict of interest. Because why do I do that? Because I need a survival plan for now until the business is big enough to be able to support me and support my team. And people, sometimes they think, okay, I'm going to start the business because I have these grants, they are enough for me and I can go. But what they don't contemplate is what else is ahead of them. So you have to be careful when you launch your business. And when you are also running the business and it's doing, if you start noticing that it's becoming harder for business to get capital and the loans are very expensive, you may juggle between part employment and part working for the business. Because if you don't, then there will be less capital and the business might not be able to meet the cost. Let me know, Kevin and Grace, if the survey is out and what the people have said.
Okay, Mr. Frank, yes, we have a few responses from the team. We have Evans Ngasora, who is saying that he's been in business, or rather he's done business in 3 years. Margaret, been doing business in the last 3 years. Frida, planning to start a business. Patrick has done business for more than 3 years. Margaret, the challenge I'm facing is the issue of cash flow. Watchman, I want to open up a HR consultancy firm, but been in business for 22 years and have seen the market and have witnessed the struggle beneath competition. Among others, Eric has been in business for 3+ years. Leah Murungi been into business for the last 4 years. James for the last 3 years. James Ambui, challenges getting clients and marketing. Sally planning to start. Barbara planning to start. Josephine contemplating on business. Kezia, again, planning to start a business, or rather starting a business. Elizabeth planning to start. Daniel contemplating. So most of us in the group or from the response have been in business for more than 3 years, or rather others are planning to start a business. Back to you, Mr. Frank.
Very good. So as you can see, we have quite a breadth of people either going to business or in business, or maybe they are between 1 and 3, and maybe a few 3 to go. The business is challenging, but also it is good in the sense that when you do well and you get the customers and the economic environment is right, then you can live good. We will be able to see all these things, how you can do it well. A business plan is an important tool and is used because of various reasons. One, because the readers, if you're going to go to get the money from the bank, whether you're going to get the youth development fund, whether you're going to get the fund that the government set up, whether you're going to go and get some money from a friend or this or the other, you need to have a business plan because it communicates about what you're planning and how successful you will be. Because if you do not have the money to put on a business plan, nobody will give you the money just like that. Because chances are you're gonna put the money, but you're gonna not get that money back. And this it can be painful, especially when you have gone to families and friends and got the money promising you refund in 3 months, 6 months, and then that does not happen. One good example of one of my clients, she started together with the husband, they started the business in the month of October, and the business was doing well. It's a takeaway business. And then in the month of November, where the takeaway was on the top, there was a tenant who was living upstairs. Then the water leaked and started coming down in the kitchen. The tenant did not belong to them, belonged to the landlord. And the landlord wouldn't repair the building for more than 2 months. So the council inspectors, they closed the business until the business could, until the flat upstairs could be repaired. So what did what happened with my client? My client went into debts, and every place where she had taken some loans together with the husband, they were being chased left and right. Eventually, they closed the business. Then eventually I helped them to get a restaurant in another place in the city, and they started doing very well. Then they come from Caribbean. Then the brother to the wife got sick, and they went to Caribbean on urgent appointment to see the brother in the hospital. Whereas they were going just for 2 days and they come back and they close the restaurant, they did not come back until 2 months later. This affected the business so much. They are back, but getting the customers to return is a struggle. If you plan your business and don't have contingency plan in place and put the right mechanism and the right support, then you're gonna make serious mistake and you're gonna regret why you did what you did. So a business plan is a map for success. It is like a GPS. Once you put the GPS in your car, then it will take you to where you're going. But sometimes Google can also get it wrong. This morning when I was going to work, I took a taxi, and I like the quote I was given by the driver. And he said to me that the trainer of Muhammad Ali told him that a plan is so good until you receive the first punch in your face. That's when you realize whether your plan was good or not. Because you can imagine as a boxer, and then you are punched into the face, it will not be good thing. You might be seeing a lot of 50 cents and 50p and 20p, but you're going to be regretting about it. Anyway, you need to have a good plan. What happens if you do not have a plan? Chances are the business will not suffice. It's going to fail. Initially, you might think you are succeeding, but over a process of time, you may realize that without a plan, you are doomed to fail. The bank and the lenders, they might not give you the money, and if they give you, they'll give you insufficient fund first to see how you are going to utilize that money. You may not reach the destination that you're going, and you may start struggling. For some of you who have gone to my website, you will see that I've listed as many reasons as possible on why businesses fail. Take time to go to my website and you'll be able to see more reasons. Your business is at risk of early death. In fact, a nail on the coffin of your business, because it's gonna fail if you do not have a good plan, and a plan that is properly tested and potentially agreed with a consultant or a coach or somebody who is experienced in running business. You may face some stagnation because you're gonna lack capital and you'll not be able to run. Now, this is a case study, a real case study of one of my friends. And as it is, you can read it there. Basically, John Mark had savings of 11 million. It's about 65,000 pound because it's based in UK. And this guy is a friend of mine who was he works as a HGV driver and was making a lot of money, equivalent to the money, to Kenyan money. He was earning 716,000 per month. But he bought a restaurant and that had been closed for 1 year, and then he furnished the restaurant. He bought everything, new equipment, and then out of the employees, he had 10 of them. 40% of them were family members. The wife, the children, and a cousin and a brother-in-law, and the rest were employees. Obviously, in this country, you have to pay an employee who is aged 22 and above at £10.42, which, if you calculate that, let me do a simple calculation based on the current exchange rate. That means you have to pay somebody per hour 1,865.18 if you're paying in Kenya shillings. So all these people, he had to pay a lot of money because he put so many employees in the business. But when he opened the business, before he opened the business, he approached me and he said, Frank, I'm starting a business and I would like you to give me an advice because I'm thinking to leave my work and I start working for myself. Then I did ask him so many questions, and this is when he told me how much he was earning and what he was contemplating to do. Then I said, please do not leave that job, because the job you're doing is the one that is financing your business for now, because he did not want to take the loans from the bank and he did not want to use any credit card anywhere. But believe me, within the first 2 days, he decided to close the business and he closed it forever. And the first day, the total amount of money that he paid, both wages and the cost of goods, was more than 219,000 Kenya shillings. So the question I want to ask you, what do you think went wrong? Can you put it on the chat, and then Kevin and Grace will read some few of your thoughts before I tell you what went wrong. So what do you think went wrong with this grant of mine? Please put your thoughts on the chat. But he became only my client just by asking me what he should do and what he should not do. But after that, he was not my client. So me, I only dealt with him by just giving a straight answer. Do not leave the job. You need to continue with the business. And I also told him to employ minimum staff and to do certain things to cut down the cost. But he was...
Sorry, Mr. Frank, we
Go
already
ahead.
have, yes. We have Jacinta who is saying poor planning, Felicity, hiring family members that were not work-oriented. We have Samuel Ashoni who is saying he lacked a business plan. Again, Jacinta added that lack of skilled labor, SK, overhired. Margaret, John Mark never had any plan in place.
Yeah, all those. Yeah, thank you. All those
again. Maybe he was not making enough money for expenditure. Those are just some of the feedback that we've gotten. Back to you, Mr. Frank.
Yeah, thank you so much, Kevin. All those are the reasons why he had to close the business. But also, in addition, is that he was too overconfident. And another thing, he did not have an experience in restaurant business or hospitality sector. And the other reason was that, as somebody said about the business plan, he did not have a plan that could ring fence the entire business so that he could put all the systems in place. And also he depended on personal income, personal savings, which he did not realize that once he does the savings, then he does not have any other money and he has already resigned the job, the business will not be able to run. And therefore, he ended up closing. Of course, when he came to me after he closed business, I told him he made a very serious mistake. Because once you start business, chances are you might not recover your money in 6 months or even 1 year. In many businesses, it will take more than 1 year to get your money back. But now what happened is that he realized he is paying 219,000 on the first day. He does not have the wages or salary to pay for his bills. He realized that his family might not be getting the all the things that he used to provide to them, and therefore things went very, very badly. So as you launch your pad to think to go to business, you need to think all these things. The content of the business plan, when you go to make your plan, you need to think about 6 different things. The first one is about industry. Which industry are you going? You need to do the research. You need to research the products you're going to do. You need to research about the service, if you're offering service. And you need to do the analysis of the market. How much is the demand? How many competitors are there? What operating plan are you going to put in place? Do you have a management that is there to help to run the business? Do you have a financial plan? Do you have a cash flow? How are you going to run this? And of course, there are some pitfalls that you need to avoid. This may including your own competency. Do you have the right knowledge? Do you have the right skills? So you need to think about this, because if you do not have the right skills and you're starting the business, then you need to enroll on CPD, continuous professional development, to improve and boost your skills. Some of the speakers who have spoken in the Atara Solutions, they have said very well that they spend a lot of time reading books, listening YouTubes, having some mentor, and also talking to the people who are in business. Indeed, when it comes to Grace and the team, they did arrange the business networking last week, because basically, when you network with like-minded, you are likely to learn more and polish your knowledge and your skills. So business networking is quite important. So in this section of the business plan is where the first part, you describe about the nature of the industry that you are thinking. Is it agriculture? Is it a service industry that you're going? What product are you going to offer? This is where you start your story in the business plan. But remember, the executive summary is normally written after you have finished all the entire part of the business plan. The other thing is you need to show the current status of outlook of the industry, because you cannot go and say, I'm going to start a training business or a coaching business or a HR business, and you have not done kind of industry survey, overview of the market. You have not even done competitor analysis. You do not even understand the demographic. What customers are you targeting? You need to think about this. You need also to look the current trends for the business area that you are investing. And of course, this information is very important. When you have a mentor or an advisor or a coach, you can sit down to discuss with them. They may help you to, they may help to survey and make things better for you. So obviously, you need to describe your business venture in greater detail. You need to have a fashion board or a fashion statement. Is the long-term picture. Where do you want to be? You see, you need to have that fashion clearly written and articulated. And it needs to be tested, pre-tested. And then the mission should be able to define your fashion statement. And it's very important. You need to take ownership of what you're doing together with your management and your team. Obviously, any business that you start need to have the structure. It could be solo trader. It could be limited partnership. It could be just normal partnership. It could be limited company. You need to have all this in place. Then obviously you need to think about the reasons why you're going to the business and how you're gonna be successful, because you have to tell the investors or the people who are going to put their money in your business how you're gonna be successful when you're running this business. Then obviously you need to describe your product and services that you're going to sell, describe them in great detail. And obviously you need to think about the benefits that you're going to bring to the customer. According to the Institute of Customer Service in UK, they have done a research and they have found out that the customers, they are ready to spend as much money as business can ask for it, if only they can see the value and the benefit that that business is bringing. So if a customer can be able to see the value, can be able to see the benefit, then the customer will be able to spend the money. But if that is missing, the customers won't spend the money. Competitive advantages, you need to also to put them in your business before you go to meet with your funders. Your unique selling point is a great one that the funders and people giving you the money, they will be looking to see in your business plan. Then of course, if you're using the current technology, that will be great for the investors, because when you use the current technology, you are reducing the cost and you are operating more efficiently. This section of the business plan is where you talk about the customers. Who are the customers are you targeting? Are they young people? Are they old people? Are they women? Are they children? Are they combined demographic? What research have you done to ensure that these people, they need what you're looking for? Market size and trends is important to show the funders you have done your own research. Competitive analysis, as I said before, you need to show what competitors are offering and how you're gonna be able to overcome that competition. Of course, talk about the market share and sales and potentially what size of the share market are you targeting. The other thing is some of the you could do primary research. The advantage of primary research for those of you who have gone to university and of course you have done the research, you understand about primary research and secondary research. When it comes to the business setting, and even writing the business plan, I recommend you use braided approach in research. Research because it's too detailed, is too pleasant, or is more varied because and more detailed because it's more current. Whereas the secondary research is what you read from industry trade and from the books and all that kind of thing. Something that somebody did long time ago. You need both the research, the primary research and secondary research, so that you can get all the information. Secondary research you get from the library, you get from the publications. You may get the information from census. For example, anybody going to set up a clothing business, you need to go to the Central Bureau of Statistics, get to see if you are targeting women, see how many women are in Kenya. If you are targeting young people, how many young people are there? You also need to avoid being fake. If you are targeting Kenyans based in Nairobi, or Kenyans based in Nakuru, or young people based in Busia, or young people based in Mombasa, be very specific as you go to research in chambers of commerce or university or the census reports, so that you are able to do your report very well, and many other things as you can see there. The information obtained through the primary and secondary research is quite important. And this could be economic threats, could be political and social. For example, some of the decisions being made by the Finance Bill, or now it's an act. I mean, it's act of the parliament. And as you can see what the court was saying, and those who have taken the case there, the impact of the decisions made in the act. Any decision made by the political class is also affecting the business. There's what we call pesto analysis. Pesto analysis is political, economic, sociological, and technological factors. You have to consider that. You also have to consider the SWOT. The SWOT means the strength, the weakness, the threats, and also the opportunities. What strength do you have as a person as you go to the business? Weakness. What weakness do you have? Maybe you lack the experience. Maybe you require the competence. Maybe you are easily angered. Maybe you cannot be able to work. You have not been able to work with a team before. Even as you start the business, it might be hard for you to work with other team. You need to work on those weaknesses. Maybe you are very good in networking. It's a strength. Maybe you are able to go for any business because of your past jobs. That's a good thing that you can pursue. But what are the threats? Threats might be pesto factors that affect the business. Cost of fuel, it affects the business because cost of transport and many other factors. And competitor analysis and market potentials, you need to consider them as well. So that's about demographic, and you need to think about that. Obviously, I've spoken about the target market. The only thing I've not spoken is about the lifestyle, because as much as you're writing this business plan, you need to think about how the lifestyle is going to affect your business. For example, let's say you're going for a Mituba business. If the government decided to say there's a ban of Mituba, then your business will be affected. Let's say in the country, there are many companies that are making new clothes, and then you are importing Mituba. You are likely not to make good money. Remember about I think 20, 30 years, about 30 years ago, when many people were retrenched because of what the Western powers governments had said about the structural adjustment program. And many people were retired very early. They went and kept chicken. Then some political class, they decided to import eggs from South Africa, which were far much cheaper, 70% cheaper than the local produced eggs. So what happened? The eggs flooded in the market. So those people who had invested on that, they were affected. So there are many things that come to affect the business, and you need to keep contingency plan in place. Some of the customer profile that you may need to think they are in front of you there, about the age, the income, the education, gender, type of business, behavior patterns, and all that kind of thing. You need to think about that when you're doing your business plan. Then obviously, primary market. You need to focus on where your cash cow is. Where are you likely to get more money and more money quickly? So you need to focus on that. If you're focusing on seasonal fluctuations like Valentine time, Easter time, Mother's Day, Father's Day, you need to focus on that. For example, here in the West, we have so many holidays that are not there. For example, when we have the summer in the month of May 2nd, we get a holiday there. Then on around 28th of the month, again, we get another holiday when the full summer starts. Then when the summer ends, again, around August 28th, again, we get another holiday. So the same thing with Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, and other countries of Africa. You have those holidays that you get, especially when the country got independence, and other Christian holidays and Muslim holidays and all that kind of thing. Think about how you can maximize those holidays to work for the better of your business, and discuss about them, how they will support your business. In case your business cannot operate those days, how are you going to make money that you cover for those days, because you're going to pay your employees? All those factors affect your growth. Your strengths and weaknesses, I did talk about that in SWOT analysis, but they may affect you if your competitors are more stronger position than you are. But each and every person can get a niche in the market if only a good plan is put in place and coaching and mentoring is in place. Discuss the advantages and disadvantages and the competing product and services with your coach and your mentor. The other thing, when you be finishing your business plan, you need to summarize what is it about your product and your service, and this will make the decision maker who is funding your business to think whether your business is viable or not. You need to identify who are your major customers and to estimate what are the potential sales. But one thing I would like to caution you here, a business plan is a live document. Do not get it and keep it in the shelf. It's a plan that you need to keep updating from time to time, because there are various things that will come that will affect your business. But you need to have a plan, at least minimum 1 year. And for those who are in growth for 3 years, at least you need to have a business plan for 5 years and 10 years, because you need to know where you're going. And even for anybody who is aiming to go into business, have a business plan projection with at least 2 years. Of course, you need to have a market plan. What is your strategy? You need to think about the overall strategy. You need to discuss about your pricing, how you're gonna price your product and services. What are the sales strategy you're gonna put in place? How are you going to advertise the promotions? How are you going to package your product or your service? And what is your market outline? Remember, when you go into market, some people will use guerrilla styles to put you out of market. Therefore, if you do not have a good plan, then things gonna go wrong. But also remember, business plan is a confidential document, because if you don't put it in the right place, your competitors can size it and see all the plans you have in place, and they use that against you. So you need to have the market's philosophy, and basically you discuss targets and sales promotion with your team. Have a short-term, medium-term, and long-term plan, and you discuss that in your business plan. Because no father will give you just money just like that. Again, the price strategy. You may decide to have a penetration price, which you can give very low price or a minimum price initially, and then you rise up, or you can have a price with some combinations. You need to have a detailed plan on how your prices work and how that is gonna affect your demographic, but also work to your own advantage. Remember, you have a competitor analysis, and the banks and the lenders will be asking you, if you are pricing your products very low, how are you going to overcome the difference? How are you going to deal with loss of profit and all that kind of thing? Obviously, you need to have the actions that can show that you'll be able to sell your products and how you're going to distribute them. And you need to have effective mechanism in place to ensure that everything you put in your business plan is backed up with the right procedures in place and the right mechanisms in place. Of course, the customer should be able to tell what you are selling or what you are offering, and that is very important. The other thing is your approach. How are you going to approach? What strategies are you going to put in place when you go to sell your product? That's very important. How are you going to do your promotions? Very important. How are you going to design your processes and your products and the labeling? You need to think about that. Of course, you need to do your research for market situation so that you can be able to focus properly as you write your business plan. An entrepreneur is somebody who takes calculated risk, but you cannot do foolish things as an entrepreneur because it will mean that you're going to lose your money. You need to have a budget and you need to have an evaluation mechanism in place. Market plan. Your market plan might look something like this. You have the product, the customers, the channels, the competition, and the advertisement on one side. Then you have the market situation, the market objective, the strategy, and the budget. And then how are you going to evaluate that you are achieving what you are saying? So this marketing plan, when you go to the readers, they will be asking, yes, we can see you have a budget for the product for 500. So how are you going to make the money to make sure at least you meet the obligations of the business? So I'm going to show you here. I'm going to minimize that, and then I need to show you my website. And then what you need to do there is that I would like you to basically you can be able to find a lot of resources that will help you on other things that I've not said. So just let me just pull out this, and then I'll be able to show you what you need to do. So let me first stop sharing, and then I just show you very quickly this. So I believe Kevin and Grace, you can be able to see my website there.
Yes, we are able to see it.
So if you go to my website on the last column, which is at the events, there's a column called events. So if you go under that column, you'll be able to see this business growth and expansion. So I'm running a 12 months program, which is covering 24 things or 24 units, starting from what do you need to do to succeed in business. So you'll be able to see that up to restructuring the business and many, many other things. So this is a program I'll be running from the month of November. If you are in business that is more than 1 year and more, you can enroll to that and you'll be able to run quite a lot. Then I need to show you this one as well for anybody that is in the startup business, somebody who have just started the business or contemplating to start a business. So I need to show you this one also will help you. So let me just show you this. So if you're contemplating to go into business, again, if you go to my website, you'll be able to see why businesses fail. This is the business starter program. There are about 12 reasons why businesses fail. And basically, I have a 12-month program, which I'll be starting on September, which will be virtual training. And I'm not the only person who will be training people. There will be multiple people, 2 sessions virtually every month. There are 24 sessions, 2 sessions per month. And basically, when you finish, there will be a business plan project, you do it, and then it will be checked by some consultants and mentors for you for free. And then you'll be able to use it wherever you want to use. So my last slide with you, and then I hand over to Grace, is this one. Is basically, we are offering Atara Solutions subscribers 30% discount on all our RMS e-learning training program. And also coaching, we offer 30% discount for the next 3 months, starting today up to 10th of October. For any product on RMS or coaching or mentoring, you'll get 30%. And for trainings, if you take more than 5, you'll be able to get them at 50%. So that's all what I would like to say on that. So over to you, Grace and Kevin, for any questions.
Wow, thank you so much, Mr. Frank, for the detailed information on entrepreneurship and how to start any business for those of us who are contemplating to start a business, and for those in business, ways to make sure that your business is able to sustain the current economic times. Most of us, just to recap on what we've learned, for a business plan, for a business to go well, you need proper planning. You need to have done a good feasibility study. You must have been able to also done your SWOT analysis to just make sure that you reduce on the risks, and also market research to understand the market needs, and that can be done probably through a survey. Most of us are asking a number of questions. Just to quickly go to the Q&A section, we have Mr. Samuel Achiona, who is asking, what is the difference between a business plan and a business proposal? Mr. Frank.
The similarity is that the proposal is just targeted to what you want to do. For example, let's say you are just applying for some money in the bank. You may decide that I'm just going to write a simple proposal, just only targeted on the money that you're going to apply. But the business plan, it cuts across your business, starting from the business overview, going to the vision, the mission, the market strategy, the financial plan, the cash flow, going to the product or the service that you're delivering, all those things that I was speaking about. In fact, I just summarized them. You are supposed to go into a lot of great details. So proposal is quite narrow, if I may say so.
All right. And for those, as you've had almost 50% of our respondents who gave feedback are contemplating on starting businesses. And you've just mentioned that you have trainings for those of us who are willing to start businesses. So question from Watmon. Would you kindly just expound on someone who wants to start a business, especially at the beginning, and at the beginning of a new business, and they're not very sure on what steps to take, if just to give some guidance or clarity on that? Mr. Frank.
I'll say briefly. First thing, you go to my website. It has a lot of information that is I've given there free. But in addition, if you are going to go into business, first point, do your research. As I said, do primary research, secondary research. Get a mentor or a coach is very important. And if you cannot afford one, just go into the library or go to Central Bureau of Statistics, get first the population census, look the demographic you're targeting, how many of that population there are. Think about your market segment that you're focusing on. Bear in mind about the market segmentation because when you're promoting your product, you need to think about that. I would highly recommend, please do not leave your job, especially if your business is not more than 3 years. It would rather be good you do part-time job alongside your business, because sometimes things don't work the way you think. As I said, Muhammad Ali was told that the plan will be good, will be tested when you are given a punch on your eyes. That's how the business sometimes can punch you. But if the plan is good, you'll be able to evade some of these kicks that can end up making you feel to see.
Right. We hope that we've been able to give feedback on that question. There is one Mr. Joel Msafari, who is saying, thank you, Frank, for your detailed presentation. I am part of a team involved in setting up an organic banana farm and rabbitry. I'm currently collecting the information to write our business plan. Could you please share the slides? It will be, unfortunately, Mr. Joel, we normally don't share our slides, reasons being, okay, besides plagiarism, we just like, if it will be okay with you to go through our YouTube page so that you might be able to make your own notes. And again, that one will help you with understanding on what you are writing on for future use.
I would say for today, I'm going to share my slide. I'm going to email Grace immediately this session has ended.
Right.
As a one-time off, so that those who have asked can gain out of it.
Thank you so much, Mr. Frank. Thank you so much, Mr. Frank. Nonetheless, on to the next question. What can be a failure of a farming project despite having a very good business plan?
It's one straightforward point: lack of a contingency plan. Look, for example, what has happened in East African countries and many countries of Africa. Because of the drought, that nobody had planned about it, and even some time back, there was issue of locusts and grasshoppers eating everything. Things like COVID-19, which nobody thought that it could come. Unforeseen factors, they may come and punch you to your eyes, even if you have a very good plan. But if you have a contingency plan, for example, you have enough capital to run the next 3 years, capital together with some loans that do not have a higher interest, that can help you in case of unforeseen things coming. But at the same time, you also need to have insurance in place and make sure that the insurance you take, you read the small lines, so that in case of unforeseen, they can cover the losses.
Right, great. And thank you for that feedback. As I hand over to Grace, allow me to recognize our partner Stallion Construction Company, Solution Services, Panessa Training Institute, Wicklin Suluhu Mediation Center, Profiles International, Pakulamin Tito, El Samia, and our good friend Herbert Zake with Steadfast Quality Solutions in Uganda. Grace, might you be having any question or concern from your end?
Right. Thank you very much, Frank, for that wonderful presentation. I thank you, Kevin, for everything. And of course, thank you, Catherine Tidandi, our sign language interpreter, for always being here with us. I've seen a very interesting question. Somebody is saying, Yosufu is saying, a business plan is theoretical. What else could you mention to avoid failure? And he's also asking for a YouTube channel. Maybe Frank, you can answer that. Jacinta, where is our YouTube channel link?
Basically, what I've not included, but I mentioned about marketing, is the social media. Whereas some of us, we are not so much keen on social media, especially myself. You cannot forget the issue of social media marketing, because basically, if you don't utilize the such medias to reach the target market, depending on who you are targeting, then that obviously, even if the business plan is good, you might not make the money you're looking for. The other thing is that if you do not have the competency, you can have a very good plan, but you do not have the competency in that particular market. You do not have the experience. You're not willing to invest on yourself to do some trainings that will help you. So that obviously will not make you succeed. Business plan alone, it will not make you succeed. You need to work hard. And every entrepreneur can tell you the amount of the hours we put is out of this world. And most of the hours you are not paid by anybody.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You should know the kind of day I've had today to even make it for this session. It's always a sacrifice to make it. There's another question, probably the last one, about seriously contemplating on starting a business. What is the cost? No, there's a question on a hospital. Where is that now? And for those who are asking about our YouTube channel, the link has been shared. We also have a WhatsApp group you can join. Where is that question? Kevin, can you see it? So Frank, but you've said that people need to wait before they quit their job to start a business. What about people who have either been fired or have lost their jobs in, Kenya right now, people are declaring redundancies on and off. How can they do? What can they do?
Okay, I'll answer that. But obviously, remember that the shoe wearer is the one that feels the pain. I used to work for airline industry before I did the last job I did in Kenya. And 2 years before I did the last job I did there, what happened is the airline went down. That airline belonged to the Total Man. They had a franchise with British Airways. But one morning, the airline decided that is stopping the franchise. And what happened, we found ourselves without having a job. And this is not something that I had planned that would happen. Obviously, with my own creativity and innovation, I decided after 3 days, I'm setting my own consultancy firm, and I opened it in Kimathi Avenue. And basically, that's what I did for 2 years before I went back to employment. So what I'm trying to say, if you find yourself not having the job, you need to think what are your strengths and what are your skills and what are your competencies. Sometimes starting the business is not an easy thing. It's better to move to employment. Let me give another quick example, and it relates with the speaker for last week, what he was talking about, job search and all that kind of thing. 3 weeks ago, and I did allude to this for those who had not arrived when I started speaking, I did say I work employed job and I also work for myself. The company I was working for 4 years, on 16th of June, they decided to go to administration. The only thing that we got was 3 days before, we were sent an email, a company that we're working 160, that the company will close down in 3 days. So I just went on the internet, put my CV, started applying jobs, and from there I got some interviews. Immediately I was headhunted left and right. I did quite a number of interviews. I did competency-based interviews, which were very, very stressful, and many other things. through the agency, I did 4 interviews and 4 interviews with the employer. And then I got the job, and a very, very well-paying job. So why did I do that? And yet I still run my own company, because I knew my own company wouldn't be able to continue, will not be enough to support me alone, and support the consultants that I have in place, because I had not thought that was the right time to leave employment. So in summary is that if you find you do not have the job, just start applying jobs, go to the internet, talk to the people, network with the people, and believe in yourself. I've never got any job in this part of the world being helped by anybody, or even knowing anybody. And English people, I live in England. There's no issue of knowing anybody. It's just the issue of yourself, improving yourself. But what I've always done, more than 10 years ahead of time, I always put myself, the skills and the trainings and the qualifications I need, eyeing the next job, so that when the first job finishes, I can already add to another job. So I encourage you, improve your skills, improve your competence, your qualifications, so that if one job ends, you go to another one. I won't advise you to start a business immediately unless you have enough savings and you can be able to, and you have a good credit score to get some loans.
Or a husband or a wife who can sustain your life.
Sometimes the sponsor can end up reaching a time and he say, "Oh, the money is going to the drain, and I'm not going to."
Yeah. So, Yusuf, I'm interested in so much in agribusiness. Are there people interested in the same? Can you organize connect with people who are doing the same? Yes, we can. I know the Farmer on Fire is a lady who does that, and my friend Gad is also is an agricultural consultant. He's helping people set up food. Yes, the WhatsApp group link has been shared. Kevin, you can share with the person who is asking that. Then Yusuf says that how do we deal with partnerships in business? He lost business because he got into partnership, and he's a foreigner because he got into a partnership without people he knows better.
I wouldn't highly advise you go to partnership. And if you have to, Kevin and Grace, you may excuse me because I'm gonna use your example. Be somebody like Kevin and Grace. Every time I've seen them for the last 4 years, they have worked together as one-to-one, because the more you work with somebody, the more the chemistry work. Partnership most of the time doesn't work because you have your own working style, another person has his own working style. Another person is going to that partnership thinking that he's gonna get his money and then run away. One client who became my client last week has had a business partner for 2 years. And last week he just came with a husband and they said, "We are selling the business and we are not going to be there." Yet they were partners, but because he had 60% share and the other one had 40%, he wanted to sell everything, disrespecting the partner who did not have enough shares. So you have to be careful about partnership. You can do it, but it needs to be supported with a lot of trust and working with somebody for a period of time before you can go ahead and form partnership. And if you risk, because entrepreneurship is risk-taking, make sure it's supported by legal mechanism and an oversight of a witness who has legal backup and who was not favor you or favor the other person. Because sometimes some of the painful memories people have is when the business partners, they part way, or when husband and wife, they part away.
All right, so thank you very much. Joe Mokoko says, excellent presentation, very insightful business plan is a live document. Don't hide it in the desk or drawers on the shelves. Thank you, Frank. Thank you, Grace. Thank you, Atara Solutions, and you're welcome. Yes. Okay, so I have seen your comment, to Jacinta. You will find us there, so you can always get in touch, and then we will see. I'm interested in starting up modern beekeeping. Kindly advise. If you want to do modern beekeeping, you need to visit these guys in Kikuyu. They're called who? The guys who do beekeeping, Kevin, in Kenya. And people go there to buy original honey. What is their name? Can you remember? Okay, if you can get in touch with me, Margaret, I will try and remember. I'll ask around. I know they have a name. It's a government owned, and they actually train you on how to do beekeeping in Kenya. They even tell you the best places and the best flowers and when to do beekeeping. They run a training for like 2 weeks on beekeeping. So if you can get in touch with me, I'm able to send you that as well. Kenya Beekeepers on Lenana Road. Aha, there we go. Yeah, so I think there we go. All right, I do not think it's now 9:23. And
Grace, there are some offers you got.
Oh yeah, Kevin.
Please go ahead as I project the offers.
All right, so I think we can check on, let me see what we may have missed. Oh, no, Frank, Margaret was asking about where she can get mentors.
I'm a mentor and I'm a coach. Please ask her to get in touch. I'll put my email here, and then she can get in touch, although she can also go to the website and put information.
Right. So that you get a referral for a coach and a mentor or a mentor. Not Lenana Road. They're based at Lenana, just before Lenana School, Kenya Beekeepers. That is where you can get them. Right. So please take advantage of Frank. Somebody is asking about the presenter's name. His name is Frank Wambari, and he has put Frank. You shared with us. You need to share with everyone your email address. Right. We have offers from Pathway Solutions. This is on budget and financial report, managing finances, sales fundamental, entrepreneurship, business succession planning. Those are the topics on offer, and they are actually free for you. And Frank, there's somebody who is complaining that you have not given them their certificate, and they sent you an email and you haven't responded in January.
Oh, sorry for that. I ask the person to listen, because my PA is the one who normally acts on the admin issues, but ask the person to say to me. I do apologize for that.
Yes, I know you respond quite often, so that one must have been an oversight. Yes. So 3 individuals get free sponsored trainings. One sponsored 1 training of their choice. So from the 5 trainings listed here, please choose one, and then you can email myself and Frank justifying why you should be given this sponsorship. So let us know why you think you're the best person for this. And if you're running an organization, let us know. We can give you also free training via Zoom or Google Meet. You can agree on a day and time, and that will be done for free for 5 companies. So if you're an organization, you're an HR here, and you wish to have training and you don't have a training budget, please take advantage of this offer. And even if you have a training budget, please, you can sample what Pathway Solutions is all about, and they can give you trainings in your organization for free via Zoom or Google Meet. And then we have the virtual sessions for individuals, which is done by their LMS. LMS is Learning Management System, and they give you a certificate at the end of it all. So write an email to us and let us know why you think you deserve it. And this one needs to be done for the people who have attended the session today. Pathway Solutions is also running an offer of their services, 20% on their 30%. You said 30% during the session, Frank.
Yeah, 30%. And if somebody orders more than 5, he gets 50% on each RMS.
Excellent. So yeah, so please take advantage. You can email Frank on the offers, and he'll be able to connect you, and you can create the world a better place. Thank you very much for these offers, Frank. So Frank, give us your parting shot.
My parting shot is that work on your plan with enthusiasm, with focus, and with a winner's mentality, and lay your plan on God. Do not trust on your own wisdom alone. You can't make it without God. And lo and behold, do not give up. I see the victors, I see the millionaires, I see the billionaires who have attended this forum. I can't wait to be your coach to celebrate with you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Frank. And we appreciate you taking the time to engage with our team. And I hope you guys, from the chat, we can see that people have really learned a lot, and that they are going to implement, of course, going forward. And we appreciate your partnership as a Tara for this season and the other seasons as well. We really appreciate, and we continue with this partnership, and we are really looking forward to the next session. At this point in time, please follow us on Instagram at Tara Solutions, our Facebook page at Tara Solutions, subscribe to our YouTube channel at Tara Solutions, and also make sure that you follow in case you have missed any of our sessions. Make sure that you subscribe to our channel and go and catch up. And of course, make sure that you write your business plans before you go for business. With us is Catherine Sidandi, who is our sign language interpreter, who makes sure that we are inclusive, of course, with Kevin Adipo, who is an associate with HR at Tara Solutions, and of course, my co-host, and of course, our partner, Frank Wambari of Pathway Solutions. And to you guys, big up, you guys are awesome. Thank you for always making the time here. Next week, we are hosting 3 countries. Okay, maybe we'll get to 4. But yeah, we have Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And we're discussing how to become, how to join the professional bodies in HR. So we are going to bring IHRM, we are going to bring HR Mau, and we're also going to bring a Tarapa, which is the Tanzanian professional body for HR. And with availability, which we haven't confirmed yet, we're going to confirm the Rwandese availability for it. So stay tuned and always make sure that you're keeping it locked. It's the HR month, so remember to join us on Friday with Nairobi HR branches, both East and Central. And Richard, which ones are yours? Let me know. Yeah, on Friday at KICC, the sessions are free. Register. The ad is running on all WhatsApp groups. Please register and just come to KICC. Let's enjoy the launch of the HR month and the celebrations for this year's HR month. What it means for us is a month for charity. So we normally just go to different places and depending on the theme, offer service. Last year we planted trees. This year we are working on membership and compliance, and therefore we are spreading to our members as well. So you'll see you next Tuesday, same time, same place, as we figure out that. Can we get that update of events on email? Yes, we can try, but please join our WhatsApp group. It's easier to remember even. Yes, thank you, Richard. It is Nairobi North and Nairobi South at Tintin Restaurant in KICC. They are hosting us. The session is free. We are going to network, but to make sure that you register so that they can be able to budget for your cup of tea on Friday afternoon. Patrick Kawe, it's good to see you. Thank you for joining us, and I hope that you have learned. And Patrick, I haven't seen him forever. Thank you very much for making it here. And yes, Margaret, if you can, I hope you have my number. You can get in touch with me and I'll be able to, but you can join the WhatsApp group as well. All the updates are normally shared there as well. So thank you guys. Have yourselves a lovely, lovely night and keep doing better. Keep building sustainable businesses, keep learning and keep engaging. We are here for you. We are on a mission to change the world through information. And we appreciate you for always making it here every Tuesday. And of course, Frank, we appreciate you for the time that you take to be with us. Asanteni sana, and see you next week, same time, same place.
Yeah,
good night.
Grace, if Catherine Sidadi will be available to come to your conference, let me know. I'll make sure she is there. I'll send the ticket. Let me know. Because I want you people to be all inclusive.
Okay. Yeah. And she just left Nairobi on Monday.
She
She
can
was
come
in
back.
Uganda. Haya, ndio hiyo sponge umepata Catherine. Sawa. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. God bless you.
All right.